Hi, and welcome to our application Discovered. As a citizen of Earth, you've probably seen more than a couple of these, maybe some of these, and if you're really, really lucky, you've seen one of these. What we at Team Discovered know is that encounters with plant life can easily spark a person's curiosity. That's why we, Team Discovered, spent the course of a week and a half researching and implementing React Native code to create a mobile-friendly application that can easily and conveniently identify any plant you encounter with just a simple photo. Choose to upload from either your existing library or snap one with whatever phone you've got. As long as you've got a picture, we've got your answer.
Let's take a look at what we built. Here's the dashboard. So if we want to go to the identification page, we just click Get Started. And it will take us to a page where it prompts the user to upload an image or use their camera to take pictures of plants around them. If we click Upload Image here, it'll prompt the user to allow ExpoGo, which is the application that runs our app, to have access to their camera roll and their native camera. Let's see what these trees can come up as. So a user can upload up to 5 images. If we want to get the results from the API, we just hit Discover here. And it brings up possible suggestions of what the plant could be. If we scroll through the page, we see that there are several different options. Then if you click Find Out More, it'll take you to the Wikipedia page. For this application, we wanted to try our hand at making a mobile app. React Native came to mind because it's already based in React, and we have experienced that from our front-end program. React Native uses style sheets to style the application. It's very similar to CSS, different wording, very similar structure. We used Expo and Expo packages to create the application. Expo ended up being our source for deployment, and it also had a robust library of packages that made us able to access the client's native hardware. Cypress was our testing suite. Although it was workable, it was more difficult to use because React Native does not utilize CSS, meaning it was a lot more difficult to grab components and to actually test end-to-end. Now here's Dylan to speak more to our experiences.
Over the course of this project, we not only learned an entirely new framework for the first time, utilizing React Native as well as an array of new packages to build our first native mobile application, but we also pushed ourselves to design a robust application. We ran headfirst into the complications that can come from designing an app from the ground up, and we overall worked hard to make sure that we were all on the same page. This is the first time that we as developers had built our own application, our idea, and our implementation. And we dealt with new problems related to that by setting up a robust Figma board and making sure to use it as our source of truth so that we could take our plan and build our final project. We also focused hard on security with our API information. The API we chose to utilize allotted us with very few keys and ended up being very stressful to work with. But we also got essential practice in storing those keys in secure places so that they were not accessible through our project repo to just anyone. We did this through implementing a .env file for production and initially deploying with an input for our users to type in their own key, but with plans to implement a secure backend to request access to at a later date.
Throughout the project, all of us wanted to put our own spin or possibly just a little bit more pizzazz in the product we were creating. However, due to the time constraints of the due date, we weren't able to deploy with all the features we had in mind. Given more time, we'd want to provide just a few more points to give the users a better experience. A user login page and profile would grant users the ability to store data within the application itself and also possibly start us on a path of connectivity. Geolocating, with another API, we could implement a feature that shows users plants nearby or possibly plants that their friends have taken pictures of. Building our own backend just to handle the API or possibly using a more dev-friendly API would also be a bonus. Using a more mobile app-friendly testing method like Jest or Detox. Currently we're using Cypress and it's honestly not the best to handle a React Native mobile app.
Overall, we have built an app that we are very passionate about, and we have many ideas as to how to progress in the future. But for now, this is Discovered.